Hello all, you join us on a lovely day, but the sun is trying to shine on the infamous Yateley car park lake. I had little sleep last night because as you can hear in the background, the geese are going mad and they were doing it all night. I'm now into my second season here, and this is a return for me. I used to fish the Yateley complex back in the early 90s, and all the infamous anglers around nowadays I saw during my travels when I was passing this lake, which was looking a lot less grown up to what it is now. To be honest, it didn't really appeal to me then, but it's a stunning lake now. And I'm actually on here at the moment with no one else around, so it's utterly perfect. As I say, second season, and I've been fortunate enough to have a couple of the gems. And I had to adapt my style here because I come from Longfield, and you realise that when you go into another lake, you can't necessarily go in with the same approach. Even though it worked on one lake, you have to listen to some of the other good anglers that are on the lake, and you have to sort of join everything together and try and make some tactics work. So I just want to go through a couple of rigs which aren't very technical at all, really. I've only used a couple in the last couple of years, but they've worked. Really, being the sole importance that I put it down to is the hooks have got to be absolutely razor sharp, because you tend to be fishing spots that other people are fishing as well, and it's a funny one. The car park lake has always been the same, even in the old days when there was not many fish in here. You tend to be fishing the same spots. So these spots have even got names. You've got one over there in the island swim called Heather's Table. It's a swim I'm in at the moment, which is called Trumpton's, is the Pyland spot. And anglers from years ago all can relate to these spots, and they've all done the big fish like Heather and Arthur and Dustbin, and you know it's quite amazing, really. But just keeping things simple is what I've done. Using a pellet mix, which has also worked very well for me, because Yateley always loves pellet. It always did during the 90s, over on the Match Lake over there and the North Lake. Great anglers like Steve Pagalatis and Little John, and just to do these little pellet rigs on the edges, and used to absolutely catch all the fish out of the lakes, and nothing's really changed. They still love pellet. Different fish, and there's more of them in here, but they're still difficult to catch, but they like that sort of approach. So I'll take you through a couple of the rigs that have worked. I've been using a pop-up rig during the spring and some of the early winter months. This place does tend to shut down during the winter, so I wasn't man enough to push myself through it last season. But the pop-up rigs worked for me earlier on. But as the warmer months come in, I was fishing really hard on the deck with slow sinking wafter baits, very heavy inline leads. I love using inline leads when you're fishing hard bottom, because you just basically get that once a fish sort of picks up your hook bait, it gets that instant bang. You know, it doesn't have that play that it does in, say, a helicopter rig. Yet again, it's horses for courses. It's an approach that's worked for me, and fingers crossed it will continue to do so. I've been, as I say, lately I've been fortunate enough to sort of have a few. It's just started slowing down a little bit at the moment, but hopefully that we've got a little bit of time left today. So fingers crossed. You know, the weather's looking bang on for it. So hopefully we get a chance to bag one.